Do you have a favorite casserole recipe? You know the one your family loves, the one you take to a potluck, the one you donate to a good cause, the one you give to a friend in need. Well, when I got that question this week on Kitchen Encounters, I immediately decided what I was making on WHVL TV today. Join me right here at the stovetop while I make my Baked Ziti sausage and 3-cheese casserole. Let's get started. I've heated 4 tablespoons of olive oil in a nice big skillet. This is a 12-inch skillet because everything's going to have to cook in here for a good 30 minutes. And I'm going to put my sausage. Now I'm using hot sausage. You can use mild sausage, you can use sweet sausage. It's still in its casings, and what I've done is coined it. So I've taken the links and I've cut them into little coins, and that's the culinary term for cutting anything that's cylindrical into a coin shape. And I'm just going to add 2 pounds of hot sausage. It's a little stuck together in here, but it's going to come apart really easy when it starts to cook. In this skillet, and I'm going to let this brown, and that's probably going to take me about 9 to 10 minutes. So let's just be patient with this and get it cooking. These have been sauteing about 9 minutes, maybe 10, and they're getting to be a nice golden brown. And what I really like about coining these, coining the sausages, they turn out to be like little brown meatballs, and that really is, that's lots of tasty goodness in the casserole. Slowly going to add classic Italian, about a cup of Chianti, which is a really nice red wine. Give that a quick stir. Now I'm going to add 6 cups of marinara sauce, and I thawed these 2 containers out. I make my homemade marinara from my garden tomatoes, and it's full of onions and garlic and fresh basil. It's really, really tasty. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to call the food police if you add a bottle or 2 of high quality store-bought marinara sauce. There's some really good brands out there these days. Okay, so that's 3 cups. This is 6 cups. Now we've got this simmering, and I'm going to keep this cooking. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit as soon as I get this to a nice steady simmer. And then I'm going to let this cook for about 25 or 30 minutes until it's kind of reduced and nice and thick. It's been just about 30 minutes, and this sauce is simmering, and it smells wonderful in here. And look at how just beautiful. It's thickened, it's rich. Oh my goodness, just fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the heat off, and I'm just going to put this to the back of the stove, and I'm going to fill my pot with water, and I'm going to boil that and get my pasta ready. I've got 5 quarts of water coming to a rolling boil with a tablespoon of salt, and I'm going to cook my pasta. I'm using ziti because ziti is classic in this dish. In an Italian household, if you say we're having baked ziti for dinner, everybody knows what you're getting. That said, rigatoni or penne works great. You really want to do tubes so that when the sauce gets stirred in, it kind of can get into all those little nooks and crannies. I'm just going to add all this. I'm going to give it a quick stir, and I'm going to let this boil for about 9 or 10 minutes, not the full 11 or 12, because you have to remember this is going to bake a second time when it goes in the oven, so we don't want it to get mushy. I've cooked and drained my pasta, no rinsing. It's steaming hot, and I'm adding it right back to the hot stock pot. And I'm going to, right away, I've cubed some butter. That's about 6 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add that. And I'm going to stir this, and I'm going to keep stirring until all of that butter is melted. Just about. It goes really fast. really, really fast. Pasta's all coated. And now, and this is going to get a little tricky, I'm going to start scooping and stirring all of my sauce into the pasta. I'm going to give this one last stir. Then I'm going to take it over to the counter. We're going to assemble the casserole and we're going to bake the casserole. I've put all of my casserole mixture into a casserole dish that's been sprayed with no-stick cooking spray. All that's left to do is I'm going to top it with some grated cheese, and I'm using a blend of grated mozzarella and grated provolone. You can grate these yourself by hand, or you can just buy an 8 or a 12-ounce bag of pre-grated store-bought mozzarella and provolone cheese, the same kind you put on pizzas. And I'm going to top this. I've got 12 ounces in here, and it's up to you. You could stop even at 6 ounces if you don't like a lot of cheese. A little bit more. Spread that out. Now I've got a ½ cup of Parmigiano Reggiano. This I did grate by hand using my microplane grater. Not that store-bought stuff that comes in the plastic container with the green lid that everybody makes jokes about. Don't do it. So that's our 3 cheeses. Now I'm using some dried Mediterranean oregano. Feel free to use dried basil or even an Italian seasoning blend. Give it a nice little herby top. And just because my family likes it, I'm grinding some red pepper flakes over the top. And yes, you can put your red pepper flakes into a pepper grinder. It works fantastic. I'm going to lightly cover this with foil. Put it into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Then I'm going to uncover it for 5 to 10, and it's time to eat. When it comes to making a great casserole, allow me to say this. While a casserole made with a melange of last week's leftovers and stirred together with a can of soup can come out kind of tasty, don't expect accolades. A casserole should be a cross between a fine dining experience and a really superb casual get-together. Make someone's day. Make a great casserole. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.